It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From FedEx Forum, just off Beale Street in downtown Memphis. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here we go. Cleveland starts with the basketball. Sexton. They'll get it down to Thompson. Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Conley into the front court. Down just a couple. Right. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Ivan Rabb trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Off the mark on his free throw. Sexton. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Nope. First one does not go. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. Conley. Trying to cash in. The shot by Conley, no good. It's the free throw. Sexton. Has a look. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Here comes the screen. Defense making the ball handler work. Sexton. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. A drive, but he can't get it to go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Right to Conley. Not that time. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Short jumper won't go down. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. The first quarter's complete. The Cavaliers have the lead. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Nance. Runner here, won't go. Conley into the front court. Leads just a point. To Wright. Here comes the screen. DeLon Wright, defended by Knight. To Conley. The screen sets him up for 2.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Sexton. Five to shoot for Cleveland. And scores. Nice move, Jay.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Conley with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Colin Sexton. Look out, Larry Nance Jr.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Under a minute to go before halftime. For 3, won't go down. To Colin Sexton. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
Nothing going here on that drive. From the outside, no good.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
Conley. Oh, that's how it's done. He'll let one fly from half court. So we head to intermission all tied up in what's been a tight one from the start. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Grizzlies will start the third quarter with a tie on the scoreboard. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers. The Cavaliers are basically starting 0-0 to start the second half. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers.
First half stats. Player of the half.
Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
All even to the first half of play as we get rolling once again here in the third quarter. Grizzlies own the basketball to right. Knocks it down from mid-range.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Sexton. Cavs with 4 to shoot. To Colin Sexton. And he drains it.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
Gets a look. Can't hit.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Here comes the screen. To Colin Sexton. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Oh, you got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
Colin Sexton at the line. Misses the first. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Conley into the front court. 14-13 our score. It's a 1-point game. DeLon Wright matched up with Knight. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Sexton. Fine to shoot. To Colin Sexton. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Knight into the front court. The score, 14 all. Sexton. Here comes the screen. Runner's good there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Memphis, they've got it. Conley. Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket inside.
And don't you dare think about the fourth quarter yet. The only quarter that matters is the one you're playing in right now. Finish strong.
Sexton. Here comes the screen. To Colin Sexton. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Colin Sexton at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Free throw's good, a three-point play, and with that, they go up by 3. Conley with a shot, comes up empty. Third quarter comes to an end. The Cavaliers with the lead. The Cavaliers start with the basketball here in the fourth quarter, and you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more important.
Memphis with the rock. Conley to right. Takes stock of the floor. Here comes the screen. Right to Conley. Beyond the arc for 3. Good contest on the 3. Conley misses. Knight into the front court. Up by 3. Wide open look, won't go. Another shot won't go either.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
Conley in the front court. His guys down 3. Right. That's out. Last touch by Mike Conley. Sexton. Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound taken in by Memphis. Right with it. They're down 3. To Conley. Goes to the left side. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
Okay, that's all right. You take your lumps and you move on. You did exactly what the game plan was defensively to guard a player like that.
Here comes the screen to Colin Sexton. Nothing going here on that drive. Sexton out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavaliers. Across the timeline, it's Conley. His guys now trailing by a point. Screen coming. DeLon Wright here against Knight. Has a chance. Holiday with a shot that won't fall. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
Now we get a whistle. They'll wrap him up with the intentional foul and a little over 20 seconds left to play. Colin Sexton at the line for 2 shots, shooting 66% in this contest, and hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a 3. The Cavs are victorious as they win this one by 3. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Cavaliers did what great teams do best, finish. And it's always great to watch a team with such an unselfish approach to the game. Plenty of assists were delivered throughout this contest. Check out the leading scores for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Grizzlies lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense, but still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game. Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.